What's going on, everybody? Hope the wind ain't too bad. I was going to do something I haven't never done before. I usually do versus videos, of course, because you've seen them, but it's always Stihl, Echo, and Husqvarna. I've never done Husqvarna Vs ECHO. There's my word. And so I wanted to talk about it. There's a lot of talk about it. Remember, this is the Echo 2620T Pro Extreme, or whatever lame name they use. I like Echo, but you know, their names is, this is the first. I got this trimmer before they was even released to the public. I used to be an Echo ambassador. I bought this trimmer from Husqvarna, but I have done stuff with Husqvarna too, so I'll let my bias be known. So I have worked with both companies very proudly, as I like both of them. And these are probably my two favorites, to be honest with you. I have a 94R and my other 90s, and I'm not a fan. If you still guys like them, that's all that matters. Use what you got. But I prefer power and weight and balance, and that's why I have multiples of these. Echo made a great product with this. These both same size engines. These are both the T models, T and LST. This is not the trimmer you get from Lowe's. This has got the bigger engine, the better engine, better everything. Well, it's used the same piston, but it's got the guard on the bottom, metal. Echo does not have a guard on it. It's got a little plastic thing. It's lasted, it ain't broke. I've dropped these Husqvarnas all the time, but see, the reason I don't use the Echo over the Husqvarna is because after hours of trimming on hillsides and stuff, you want the best weight. This thing's 10 pounds. This thing's, I forgot, 11 or 12. It feels like 20 compared to this. I'm serious, it's that much more heavier than this. It's hard to get used to how light these are. This has an anti-vibe handle that I used to hate, but they have really tightened them up and improved it. Now it's fine. This has a great handle. It don't hold up. It gets kind of, feels like it's sticky, but they're comfortable. I like their handles. I love their triggers on Echo. I don't like their on and off. Husqvarna, everybody says, I'm gonna break the trigger, I'm gonna break the trigger, because I used to say that a long time ago when I didn't know anything. On the commercial trimmers, the Husqvarna 128 LD, you'll notice it's hard, but if it's flexible from Husqvarna, watch. Are you watching? Look here. You're not going to break that trigger. You are not going to break that trigger. I mean, you're not going to do it. You would break this off, this solid one off, before you break this off. This is very comfortable as well. It's hard to get used to how flimsy. See, I guess that's why, but it's made to flex. Let's go to the side view of both of them. Now here's the exhaust. As you can see, Husqvarna is way more compact. Echo's way out here. Echo is way more beefier looking. The gas tank, I think, is bigger, but I'm not sure. You have to look it up. I'm gonna say it is, but this one gets better fuel mileage. It really does. Mileage. Run time. We'll go underneath. I'll just keep flipping them on around for y'all. There's the bottom. Husqvarna uses, I think it's magnesium. It's metal. Echo's plastic. And then the block and everything's metal, of course. And then under here, you see how it's wore the grips off and stuff. And this will never wear because it's plastic. You can scratch and dent it, but your hands ain't gonna wear it. I wish it had rubber around it. So I prefer the rubber. Right, here's the bottom of the handle. This handle is more comfortable than this one, but I like the way, the broadness of this opposed to the narrowness. So I wish this had rubber on it, which they do on some models, and was on the, but had this rubber on it, and this would be best. And then let's go to the other side right quick. I'm just trying to speed do this one. I make these things last so long, these videos. There's the air filter. You have 2 little screws to do manually. It's a big old cumbersome thing. Husqvarna has one. That's it. I should have added on the back, and that's what the sides of them look like. Spark plug dead center. This is a Shindao and Echo, so there's always going to be offset to the side. That's what they do. They're both 2-strokes though. Like Steel has 4-stroke. They call it a 4-mix, so they're spark plugs up front because the valves are over top dead center. But do you see how much more compact this is and how wide wide it is? This will get you hot. There's nothing there to burn you or get hot. Nothing. The exhaust is way over here. That's the greatest freaking invention. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what brands you have. You ain't gonna burn yourself on this one. You ain't gonna probably burn on this one, of course, because it's got this big giant cage, but the heat comes up right there. Oh, it gets so hot. This thing right here, I don't even know it has an exhaust. This is the best trimmer, I'm telling you, their make. The spark plug is protected under here. This right here, you see this little plastic piece? You can rest your elbow on it, as I do every day of my life that I work, and it protects you from the heat on the plastic underneath it. So you can just hold this thing with one arm and there's nothing to burn you. It's fantastic. Now the choke on the Husqvarna is on the front right here. It does not return, auto return. You have to push it back down. So does Echo's. Echo's is way back the frick here. Manual on and off. I like this better because once it burps, that's what it's called, when it cranks, burps, you hear boom, and you know it's going to crank the next pull. Sometimes you can be fast enough and smack it down with your hand. So it's very nice. It's very integrated. The Husqvarna 525 series is very sleek. You see how integrated, sleek, and well thought out. The colors just look better. Big metal plate under there. I've dropped every one of these, see? Look how close it is to the gas tank. Not on purpose, mind you. Setting it on a trailer to fuel it, and it comes right off and hits the pavement. That's what happened. This is just big, bulky, and cumbersome. I mean, look at this she-beast compared to this. I mean, this thing is gigantor. Is there anything wrong with this thing? Not really. It's a good trimmer. It does vibrate. When you're mowing and weed eating all day, you get a hand tingle, but it takes longer because that rubber does do good, or this molding. It's because it's got a braided cable in it, and the Husqvarna has the same, like I said, the Red Max piston in the engine. Look it up, parts numbers on the Husqvarna LS and LST is the 260T and TS. It's got the same engine, identical. That's why Husqvarna bought Red Max, was for the engines. So it's got a solid steel shaft in it, just like Red Max's counterpart. It says made in Japan right on the head down there. The 525L is a different brand. It's not a true 525. Are they good? Of course they are, but I think they're more of a hybrid of a 223L, but a little better. So there's a reason these cost a lot more than the, because they're like not a lot more, they're like $60 more than the 525L. It's a lot weaker. I don't recommend them. Probably great trimmer, of course, but LS and LST are the full commercial dealer only ones. All right, now this happens to have the new Husqvarna head, and that has the speed feed. Echo and Shindao owns the patent to their speed feed, and I think it expired, so now everybody's getting it. So power wise, with the torque head, these things are comparable. This sometimes seems to be able to pound a little more. Do you know what I mean by pound? It does pound more pound, like it can fight harder. This one will do it, but I think it's the weight that throws it off in my head. The trimmer's so much heavier, and it really makes a big deal after hours, I'm telling you. Every pound. And again, look how sleek. See how everything sticks out and it's real weird and awkward. This is a one-piece design to take right off and change this. It's fantastic. Echo has a cool vent that's, you can't see the mother fricker. Right here, I'm trying to get it for you guys. Right here, see this vent? That vent's the gas can, gas tank. Make sure I put it back up in there, out of the way. Why they do that is Husqvarna's is right here. It's like a check valve vent, so no water's gonna get in there. What they do that is for, Husqvarna and Echo, It's so it don't spit all over you, you steel boys. And I've had plenty of steels, and I still have plenty of steels. When you take your cap off and it shoots out a gallon on you, that's why it needs vented. Steels ain't vented. That's why I'm putting these two together, because these are superior to steel. Oh yeah, and me saying that's a big deal, because go back to my first videos and all I talked about was steel. And then I bought one of these, and then Echo give me this, and I was like, wait a minute. So don't fall for just what's popular. These both have a 2-piece air filter. Both of them's good. Both of them cranks. These start better than any trimmers or any small 2-strokes on earth. You can get these things crank one pull most time. I'm serious. The Echo 3, probably 3, something like that. Now let's go to the heads right fast. But as far as balance, this one wins the balance, this one wins the weight, this one wins the anti-vibe. This beats even when your elbow's right here. See how sleek that is? When you elbow rest on the Echo, your elbow, look, there's nowhere to go, so it hits this thing. It's very annoying. I'll do the same thing to this. Do you see how contoured it is? It is what it is, boys. They earn my love. I loved Husqvarna. I hated them more than anybody. If y'all listen to my old videos, till they come out with these, I'm telling you, man, they're game changers for weed eaters, string trimmers. Yeah. So this is the new Husqvarna head. I keep saying, well, not keep saying, I seen one guy said that this thing right here broke. It does move a little bit. I mean, it ain't broke though. It's a new Husqvarna speed feed head. That's it. Fantastic. Big fan of it. If it don't break, if it's the breaks like any of the other guys I was seeing, it looks like it's just a little tiny piece of plastic, a little rod that's holding. But like I said, this has nothing to do with the trimmer. The trimmers don't even come with these. This is just the new Husqvarna speed feed. And then the Echo has the 450 speed feed. So, which one would I buy? The Husqvarna. Which one would I buy again? Husqvarna. Which ones do I only buy now? Husqvarna. It ain't got nothing to do with biased. It's because they made me that way. This thing weighs nothing, and you can use it all day, and you don't get the tingle dingles or nothing on this. On this handle, and it does auto return. I think Steel's little push button's better. Like, none of these trimmers are perfect. This one's just as close as you can get. Now, you might see the Red Max here soon. So, some people don't know all I've got, and, well, you'll see. And this Steel, this is my guy. This is my guy. This is alright. I keep forgetting when I crank it. But, man, I'm telling you, ground and pound. If this thing was as light as this, it would be a contender, but this is so strong. What I do with them as soon as I get these Husqvarnas, I don't take the screen out right there. Yeah, I would never do that. Of course, I don't work, if you work around a lot of woods, that spark arrestor is to prevent a spark from coming out and setting the woods on fire. That's what that's for. Don't take it out if you're working like using this as a brush trimmer. It's got a solid shaft inside of it, so you can put a blade on it. This one you can't. This one you can. Husqvarna wins again in that category. Now the primer bulbs I meant to say is this big goofy thing on the back, and then Husqvarna's is nestled nicely right here. But your elbow, it's just so nice. Look, your elbow, it just hovers right here. The pull starters, this one's easier to start, pull start. I like the plastic. The Echo's got a rubber one. I like the rubber too, but my hands slip off of it and hits up under here, and I about die because it gives me like a hangnail. Rips my freaking skin. I've done that so many times from that rubber, me just slipping. It's not really a complaint because I love this weed eater. I use it. I still got it, don't I? A lot of people that got these things free either sold them or freaking give them away or something. I'm keeping it because That's very flattering to me, and I like it. If I didn't like it, I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably throw it away. I wouldn't throw it away. I'd shoot it with some tannerite or something, but it's still holding up, as you see. It's got many hours on it. This is one of my newer LSTs. My oldest one, I dropped it on the front in a little crack in the winter, and it cracked right there. It ain't gonna hurt it, it's just that's what I did. I've never changed nothing. I've changed the air filter in this, not the spark plug. All right, I'm not going to show you them running. If you want to watch these things in action, watch my last year's videos. I actually cranked them and showed you the power. I showed you how much more power this has like than the 225. If you're in the lawn care business, do not buy the SRM 225 or the 322L at Lowe's or the 522L. I see so many people, they'll spend a fortune on a zero turn to save them time. Then they'll go buy a cheap weed eater. Every minute you just saved with your zero turn, you lose with your trimmer. If you're not running almost, I mean walking so fast you're almost jogging while you're trimming, you're not doing it right. I'm serious. You cannot walk slow with a weak trimmer. You have to have that power. You can go larger than these. I've got larger. I've got freaking the 535s. I don't carry them around because they're so heavy. It's just like this thing. I don't carry it around. This thing's got as much power as this one just about. Oh, I'll tell you what I was doing when I buy them. You see the high side right there? As soon as I buy a Husqvarna 525, I don't take the spark arrestor out, and I turn the high side up, and it screams. Because see, what happens is when they manufacture these things are adjusted usually to the state and elevation they are. So when they come up here in the mountains, they are weak sauce. Very weak. Well, not very, but I've noticed they're weak. So I just get back there and go, ooh, turn it up a little bit to our elevation, 3,000 some feet above sea level. Y'all are probably, who knows, I don't know where y'all live. So that's a big deal. It will open this thing up. Well, you can do it to any of them except Echo, because they only have one hidden adjustment screw, and it ain't all that. That's ridiculous. But it's a rotary carb. It's a different kind of carb. But anyway, all right, not a joke. Husqvarna wins. I mean, y'all can get mad, get butt hurt. I don't care. Until I see you making a video using it and that and the steel. I mean, you can't really say this is the best if you don't have them all. And just using them one time don't count. Oh, because I used a lot of things at GIE that I can't review because I don't own them. Like that one standard that I hated. I can't pass judgment. But anyway, it don't matter. That is the 2021 comparison of the two best trimmers on the market for lawn care professionals. And if you're a homeowner and you buy one of these, either one, you'll probably never buy another trimmer if you take care of it and drain the gas and use fuel, two-stroke mix that has fuel stabilizers in it. That's where everybody screws up. It'll probably last y'all forever, and I'm not even joking. Either one of these, I recommend both. Both. Love them. But this is my baby. And that's all. Peace and chicken grease.